Hi guys, this is another run of mine on Sice's Lost Chapter, The Power of Tenacity. This run is also Dare to Defy Viable, which is the stage 3 of the Dare to Defy series. Essentially the fight is the same anyway. And this run is going to be a full Auto Plus run. As you can see, I ticked the Auto Plus box before I started the battle and I never left Auto Plus. So you just have to wait until the battle is over and collect all your rewards. The party here consists of Edge, and he has a 5/5 ultimate weapon, and Rydia holding her Force weapon, so she doesn't have an ultimate weapon. Both characters have blue high armors and both characters are at Force level 30, and the Force levels in particular are quite important because they help you charge your Force gauge and hit Force type before the bosses do. Lastly, I did remove speed passives across both characters, and as always I will list in the video description the passives that I have removed so you can check that out for more information. Essentially, any character passive that has an increase in speed or speed in the name, you want to take that out. For Edge, I actually also removed his S1, his shock ability, but on hindsight I don't think that you really need to do that. You can just leave it on and I don't think it makes much of a difference. Why this particular party for Auto Plus? Well, few reasons. For one thing, I got a bit bored with the usual core and gladio counter based teams. Secondly, I thought it was kinda cool to have a party of Rydia and Edge, and they actually synergize quite well together. But the third reason is that this party then doesn't require you to use your counter tanks or cover based tanks, so you can potentially save them for other stages in Dare to Defy. Overall though, I did try a few different setups for Auto Plus and other setups including the usual core gladio will work as well, but this setup is actually a little bit faster. No matter which route you take though for Auto Plus, most likely you will need to go into 2 Force times in total. And that's mainly because at 79%, 49% and 29%, the bosses will trigger cut in turn order, and that actually is pretty bad for party consisting of 2 or 3 characters, because when that happens they will actually push your turn order up in the turn order bar and they actually force you to take turns, which then means that you will eat into your Force time and your Force time won't last as long. So you will have to go into 2 Force times unless you decide to turn off Auto Plus and manually run the fight. But I don't think it's much of an issue. It is pretty safe even if you go into 2 Force times. And by the time you go into the second Force time, the boss is already pretty low that you will quickly finish them off. Now if you don't mind a couple of manual inputs, something that will help is at the start on Edge's first turn, you can have him use his smoke ability, because that will inflict the lock-on debuff on the bosses and will give him 100% evasion as well. In an Auto Plus run, he won't use this ability until he's out of LD and EX, so it will take some time until he starts using smoke. The other thing obviously is the summon mode, and in particular the brother summon. So I didn't pop summon mode here because it's a full Auto Plus run, but if you don't mind toggling Auto Plus off, you can also of course as always wait until there's 1 turn of Force time remaining and then pop brother summon for a huge nuke. And that might be even possible to enable you to win without going into a second Force time. But I didn't do that because I really wanted to give a full Auto Plus run a go, so I have to make some concessions there, which includes not popping summon mode. Overall, this should be a pretty safe and consistent strategy to use because all of the bosses' attacks, including even their first 2 Force attacks, are completely evadable. So as long as Rydia's blink buff is up, or Edge's smoke evasion buff is up, or Edge's EX buff is up, or Rydia's Force accuracy down debuff is up, whichever one is up, you should be pretty safe and nothing will hurt you. So there's a lot of options here, And generally in an auto plus run, unless your characters are severely undergeared or you're missing weapon passives and such, you should have enough of these evasion tools to last you the entire fight. I also think that this strategy can still be used even if you lack a 5/5 ultimate weapon for Edge, because I did kill them pretty early on my second force time, and like I said, I didn't pop summon as well, so you have all these additional tools at your disposal to dish out more damage, and you should still be able to make the run. What I do have to say though is that if the fight drags on too much, you eventually lose your evasion, because for example, Rydia will be out of her LD to blink buff your party, Edge might run out of smoke users, Rydia's force accuracy down debuff might run out as well, but this requires you to severely prolong the fight, and I think in most setups, as long as Edge and Rydia are fairly well built, you should be able to make it through with auto plus. So right here you see me coming out of force time and the bosses enter their force time, but you can see that Curse Skull plus is evaded. You can just ignore the yellow aura. The yellow aura is just a visual thing to give you a warning, because the next time they use their force attack, it will be a red aura, and the third time after that, if they use their force attack again for whatever reason, it's an instant game over, but they will never get that far. Finally enter my second force time. With Rydia's FR here, you will very quickly build up your force gauge, because for one thing, the bosses are out of the turn manipulation, the cut in turn order, so they will take multiple turns in a row, which helps you build your force gauge. And since the bosses are above 50% force, your party is also inflicted with speed down and turn rate down, and this is very helpful for Rydia's force time. As you can see, essentially at this part of the fight, the bosses will just kill themselves. Their HP attacks are all single target, so as long as they are locked on Edge and Edge has smoke evasion up, or if Edge has his EX buff up, you are completely invulnerable, so you don't have to worry about dying during these multiple turns that the bosses take. Anyway, that's it for this run. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. Really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu or Dare to Defy fight. Bye!